President Muhammadu Buhari today sacked the Obona Obla Public Property Recovery Panel as the ripples of his dissolution of the Economy Management Team and the setting up of Economic Advisory Council get our attention tonight. And the House of Representatives frowned at the Foreign Affairs Minister, Mr. Onyema, over his non-appearance at a House committee investigation in his xenophobic attacks. Tonight, we also spotlight the efforts of Air Peace in the evacuation of Nigerians from South Africa. Hello everyone and welcome to the program. This is Politics Today live on Channels Television. I'm Sean Wakimbaloye. Well, let's tell you about the fact that the President Muhammadu Buhari will be the fifth speaker or the fifth on the list of the president to address the United Nations General Assembly, and is expected to use the opportunity to articulate the priorities of his government. It says other side events to be organized by Nigeria will include SDG integration and promotion of international cooperation to tackle illicit cash flows and recovery of stolen assets. But according to the Minister of Foreign Affairs, the president will not bring up the issue of xenophobic attacks in South Africa, as he believes that both countries will be able to sort out their differences.
With regards to South Africa per se, that's not a forum that we're taking the issue of the crisis that just happened in South Africa to the UN. We haven't got to that stage yet, and I don't think it's necessary. I think it's something we can sort out ourselves. We have that capacity, believe, to do that.
Meanwhile, the House of Representatives is not happy with the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Mr. Geoffrey Onyema. The Speaker of the House of Representatives, Mr. Femi is asking the Minister of Foreign Affairs to honor the invitation of the House Committee on Foreign Affairs for full briefing on the xenophobic attacks on Nigerians in South Africa. The Speaker frowns at the refusal of the Minister to honor the invitation of the committee and has vowed to take up the matter with President Muhammadu Buhari. Has today resolved to recommend the chairman of Air Peace for a national award for donating his airline for the evacuation of Nigerians from South Africa. Well, the evacuation process was the second batch that is supposed to happen today, but because of some delays the timing has been disrupted. The set of returnees were initially expected home today as government evacuates them in the face of xenophobic attacks on foreigners and foreign businesses. So far, 187 Nigerians have been successfully evacuated and profiled according to their state. The federal government has also confirmed that none of the returnees are criminals and that issues of compensation for victims will be handled by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. There's been a lot of effort to be made in getting Nigerians home. The Air Peace Nigeria has been in the forefront of lifting Nigerians home from South Africa. Mr. Alan Onyema is the chairman of Air Peace Nigeria, has joined us tonight on the program. Thank you so much, Mr. Onyema, for joining us. A lot of Nigerians, I guess, are happy with the efforts you are making in getting Nigerians home. We do understand that there seems to be some delay in the efforts at bringing some Nigerians home. If I may quickly begin with you tonight on the program, Mr. Onyema, there was some kind of delay. What exactly is the issue behind the delay of the lifting of Nigerians today from South Africa?
Well, like I said before, since yesterday we were ready to go and get our compatriots out of Johannesburg. The first hitch we encountered was the issue of landing permits into Johannesburg. They didn't give us landing permit. We endured. The pilots remained at the Murtala Mohammed Airport waiting for the permit. When at about 4 a.m. they couldn't get it, they went back to the hotel, slept. We got a flight services company in the United Arab Emirates to interface with the South Africans to do it for us because we know about the initial antagonism. So at about this 3 o'clock this afternoon, they were able to get the landing permit for us. Then, of course, I directed that they should leave for South Africa immediately. But the South Africans got back to us and said, no, don't come in now. The initial plan was for us to get into South Africa some few hours after midnight or even now and come back to Nigeria early hours of the morning. But they said no. They would want us to come at about 8 a.m. their own time. And we should depart Johannesburg 12 noon their own time. So that is why we are waiting. So the pilots are there at the airport waiting for midnight to come, maybe a little above midnight. We leave for Johannesburg, land Johannesburg at 8 o'clock. We pray that this time around there won't be any hitch. We have a list of about 319 Nigerians to be on that flight.
All right. We have just a few seconds before the end of the program. But we understand that you've been nominated for a national honors. That's good news, isn't it? And the big question now is that what do you suspect could be the problem in all of this? What do you suspect could be the problem? And if you can quickly also answer this together, what is in it for you? You're spending a lot of money. Is Nigeria paying you? What is in it for you, Mr. Onyema?
First of all, I'm hearing the national honors from you. I've never had it before. This is the first time I'm hearing something like that. However, the motivation there, it's unfortunate that a lot of people didn't know who Alan Onyema is. It's not the first time I've been doing things like that. I expended more than this, pursuing the issue of the Niger Delta question when there was violent militancy in the Niger Delta. I was one who brought nonviolence education into this country for the first time in order to address the issue of violent militancy. Everybody says that I was one who was instrumental in bringing the violent militancy down. It was because of my program that withstood the influence of the ex-militants that made it possible for them to even agree to accept the amnesty in the first place. And I was one who trained over 30,000 of them who were registered. The transformation started with me. I was taking them to South Africa. The oil companies later started cooperating with me. But the fact that I was spending several millions of my money going into the creeks, training them, I brought the University of Rhode Center for Nonviolence and Peace Studies in the United States.
All right.
With my own money in 2004. I was the one who did it. So a lot of people don't know about that. The motivation here is the fact that I want to see Nigeria respected as a nation.
Okay.
It pained me that those boys were...
We're having issues with audio there again, but we must sincerely thank you, and on behalf of a lot of people who you have helped out of South Africa, thank you for your efforts and that of Air Peace Nigeria. Thank you so much, Ms. Alan Onyema, the CEO of Air Peace Nigeria, for talking to us on the program tonight. And we do hope that the rest of Nigerians who are coming tonight or tomorrow morning will arrive safely.